I'm 64 years old and I have
I've
$10,000 in my
lived in this
retirement
house for
savings.
37 years. 37 years! I bought it in 1988 for $82,000. It was a stretch back then. My wife and I had to scrape together the down payment, and we were so proud the day we got the keys. This was our piece of the American dream. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, a small backyard where we raised our kids. Nothing fancy, just ours. The property taxes that first year were $1,200. $1,200! We paid them twice a year, $600 each time, and it felt manageable. It was part of homeownership, you know? You pay your mortgage, you pay your taxes, you take care of your house. That's what you do. Now, I'm 70 years old. The house has been paid off for 8 years. No more mortgage payments. I should feel free, right? I should feel like I finally made it. But instead, I feel like I'm drowning because those property taxes, they're not $1,200 anymore. They're $6,000 a year. $6,000! Let me say that again so it really sinks in. My property taxes have gone up 500% in 37 years. 500%! My income has not gone up 500%, not even close. I'm on Social Security now. I get about $1,900 a month. My wife passed away 4 years ago. God, I miss her. And when she died, her Social Security died with her. We used to get about $3,200 a month combined. Now it's just me and my $1,900. $6,000 a year in property taxes means I'm paying $500 every single month just to keep a house I already own, a house I've paid for, a house that's been in my family for nearly 4 decades. $500 a month, and that's before utilities, before insurance, before food, before medication, before anything else. I remember when the tax bill first started creeping up. It was gradual at first, $1,800, then $2,200, then $2,800. The city kept reassessing property values. The neighborhood was improving, they said. Property values were going up. That's supposed to be good news, right? Your house is worth more. But here's the thing. I'm not selling. I don't want to sell. This is my home. The value of my house doesn't mean anything to me if I'm living in it. It's just a number on paper. But that number determines how much I pay in taxes, and those taxes are very, very real. By the early 2000s, the taxes were up to $3,500. By 2010, they hit $4,000. Now they're $6,000, and they go up every single year. Every year I open that envelope and my stomach drops because I know it's going to be higher than last year. The city says they need the money for schools, for infrastructure, for services, and I get that. I do. I'm not against paying taxes, but they're asking people like me, people on fixed incomes who've lived here for decades, to carry a burden we can't carry anymore. There's an elementary school 2 blocks from here. Beautiful building. They renovated it about 10 years ago. New gym, new computers, new everything. It's wonderful. I love seeing kids have good schools. But you know who paid for a lot of that? Homeowners like me, through property taxes that keep going up while our incomes stay exactly the same. The roads got repaved, the park got new equipment, the community center got expanded. All good things. All things that make the neighborhood better, and all things that pushed my property value higher, which pushed my taxes higher, which pushed me closer to not being able to afford to live here anymore. I tried to apply for the senior property tax exemption. You know what I found out? I make too much money. $1,900 a month is apparently too much to qualify for tax relief in my county. The income limit is something like $15,000 a year. If you make more than that, you're on your own. They assume if you're bringing in $1,900 a month, you're doing fine. Let me break down my monthly expenses for you. $500 for property taxes, $250 for homeowners insurance. That's gone up too, by the way. About $200 for utilities, electric, water, gas, trash. Another $150 for medications. I took pills for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes. That's $1,100 right there. And I haven't bought food yet. I haven't put gas in my car. I haven't paid for phone or internet. I haven't fixed anything that breaks. That leaves me with about $800 a month for everything else. Everything. Food, car insurance, gas, clothing, household items, repairs, dental work, glasses, anything unexpected. $800. Try living on that. I stopped eating out years ago. I shop at the discount grocery store, buy the generic brands, clip coupons like my life depends on it, because it does. I keep the heat down in winter and wear sweaters in the house. I've learned to fix things myself because I can't afford to call a plumber or electrician. YouTube has become my best friend. 70 years old and I'm watching videos on how to fix a leaky faucet and replace a light switch. The kids tell me to sell the house. Dad, just sell it and move to a smaller place, an apartment, a condo, something with lower taxes. And I know they're trying to help. I know they'd worry about me, but they don't understand. Where am I supposed to go? Apartments in this area rent for $1,200, $1,400 a month. After I pay rent, I'd have even less than I have now. And I wouldn't own anything. I'd be paying someone else's mortgage instead of living in a house I spent 30 years paying for. They say move to a different state. Florida has lower taxes, Dad. Tennessee, Texas. Sure, let me just uproot my entire life at 70 years old. Leave the city where I've lived for 40 years. Leave my friends, my church, my kids and grandkids. Leave the house where I raised my family, where my wife and I celebrated anniversaries, where my kids took their prom pictures, where we hosted every Thanksgiving and Christmas. Leave the garden my wife planted, her rose bushes that bloom every June. This house isn't just a building. It's my life. It's my memories. It's the place where I belong. But the county doesn't care about that. They see a piece of property valued at $380,000 and they calculate my taxes based on that. They don't see that I couldn't get $380,000 if I sold it tomorrow because I'd have to pay a realtor commission, closing costs, repairs to get it market ready. They don't see that I'm a 70-year-old man living on $1,900 a month trying to figure out how to keep the lights on. Last year, I had to take out a small loan to pay the property taxes. Can you believe that? I had to borrow money to pay taxes on a house I own. The loan was for $3,000, half the tax bill, at 9% interest. I'm paying it back at $150 a month. It'll take me 2 years to pay off a loan I took out just to pay my taxes. This year, I'm thinking about doing it again because I don't have $6,000 sitting around. I don't have it, and the payment is due in 2 months.
I lie awake at night sometimes and think about what happens if I just can't pay. What happens then? They put a lien on your house. Eventually, they can take your house. They can take your house for unpaid property taxes. You can own your home free and clear, live in it for 37 years, and the government can still take it away if you can't pay the taxes. That terrifies me. It absolutely terrifies me. I worked for 43 years. I was a mechanic, fixed cars, did honest work, paid my bills, raised my kids, paid off my mortgage. I did everything I was supposed to do. And now I'm 70 years old, and I'm sitting here wondering if I'm going to lose my house because I can't afford the taxes on a property I already own. There's something fundamentally wrong with that. There's something broken in a system that tells you to buy a home, build equity, pay it off, and then charges you so much to keep living in it that you can't afford to stay. I'm not the only one. I know I'm not. There's a widow 3 doors down. She's 74. She's thinking about selling too. The couple across the street, both in their late 60s, they're talking about moving out of state. We're all being priced out of our own neighborhood. The neighborhood we built, the neighborhood we've maintained for decades. And who's moving in? Young families, dual income, can afford the taxes, or investors who buy houses, renovate them, and flip them or rent them out. The character, the whole area, is changing. It's not the community it used to be. I don't want to sound bitter. I'm happy for young families starting out, I really am. But there should be room for people like me too. People who've been here, people who are part of the fabric of this place. Some states have property tax caps for seniors. Some places freeze your taxes at a certain age or income level. But not here. Here you just keep paying more and more and more, and if you can't keep up, well, I guess that's your problem. I've thought about going to city council meetings, speaking up. But what am I going to say that hasn't been said? Every budget meeting, seniors show up and complain about property taxes. And every year, the taxes go up anyway. They say their hands are tied. State mandates, school funding requirements, infrastructure needs. I understand all that, but understanding it doesn't make it any easier to pay. I've started looking into reverse mortgages. You know what those are? You basically sell your house back to a bank a little bit at a time. They pay you or they pay your expenses, and when you die, they get the house. It feels like giving up. It feels like losing. But I'm running out of options. My kids would inherit this house if I died tomorrow. It's paid off, it's worth something, it would be part of their inheritance. But if I do a reverse mortgage, there might be nothing left. The bank gets it. That bothers me. I wanted to leave them something. I wanted this house to mean something for the next generation. But I also can't keep borrowing money to pay my property taxes. I can't keep cutting expenses I've already cut to the bone. I can't eat less. I can't stop taking my medications. I can't turn off the heat in January. So what do? I'm 70 years old, and I'm sitting in a house I've owned for 37 years, a house that's completely paid off, and I'm one bad year away from losing it. Not because I didn't plan, not because I was irresponsible, but because the cost of simply existing in this house has become more than I can afford. $1,200 to $6,000 in one lifetime, in one house, on one fixed income. And people wonder why seniors are struggling. I don't have an answer. I don't have a solution. I just have this house, these memories, and a tax bill I don't know how I'm going to pay next year, or the year after that, or the year after that. I'm 70 years old, and I own my house, and I can't afford to live in it. That's not supposed to be how this works. That's not the American dream they promised us. But here I am. Then here are thousands of others just like me, all over this country, trying to figure out how to keep a roof over our heads in houses we already own. If you're younger and you're planning for retirement, please factor this in. Don't just think about paying off your mortgage. Think about whether you can afford the property taxes 20, 30 years from now. Think about whether you can stay in your home on a fixed income when costs keep rising, but your income doesn't. Because I thought I'd done everything right. I thought a paid-off house meant security. I was wrong.